I'd like to welcome everyone to our commencement ceremonies for our graduating class 2020. My name is Brad Gear and I'm the director of the school. And on behalf of my faculty and staff, I'd like to issue a warm welcome to all of you who are joining in our virtual graduation. This is not how I envisioned this graduation happening. I was really hoping that we could celebrate this together in person, where you could come up and walk across the stage, I could hand you your degree, and I could shake your hand while your loved ones are cheering you on for all the hard work that you've accomplished. Unfortunately, due to the ongoing pandemic, we had to move to a virtual graduation. But by no way is a virtual graduation any less than a regular ceremony. This is your day. We are here today to celebrate your accomplishments. You put in the time, you put in the effort, and you put in all the hard work to make this happen. Graduating from Triangle Tech is not the end. It's just the beginning for you guys. With all the skill sets and knowledge that you're walking out of here with, it's now going to open up many different opportunities for you as you move forward in your life. Think about it this way. Graduating is just the end of one chapter, and now another chapter in your life is about to open up. I want each of you to think back over the past 16 months. Think about all the challenges each of you have had to overcome, the adversity that we've all dealt with, changing from in-person to online classes to a hybrid schedule. All of those things are going to greatly benefit you as you move forward. When you enter the workforce, you're going to be dealing with adversity at many different levels. Everything you've worked for here and dealt with here is just better preparing you as you enter the workforce. I want you to think about the people in your life that helped you along the way to accomplish this goal. Your family, your loved ones, they're the ones that were right there beside you for 16 plus months. They're the ones making sure you were getting up to get here on time, that you were getting your work done, and they were motivating you along the way. I hope you take the time to thank each of them personally for the dedication they showed you to help you accomplish this goal. You have the skills and the ability to go as far as you want to go. I just want you to know that if you need any assistance along the way, the faculty and staff will be here from DuBois to assist you in any way that we can to help you accomplish those goals that you have. Remember, this is a new chapter. You get to write where you go from here. Personally, I'd like to take the time to congratulate each of you on graduation. You've all worked very hard to get to this point, and I wish each of you the best of luck as you move forward in the next chapter of your life.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kerner, Assistant Director here at Triangle Tech in DuBois. I am here to congratulate the graduates of the Maintenance, Electricity, and Construction Technology program, the CAD and AM 3D printing program, and the Welding and Fabrication and Technologies program. You have earned something to be very proud of, and that is your associate's degree. It has taken a lot of time, it's taken a lot of dedication, and a lot of hard work, but you have achieved your goal. On behalf of myself and the faculty here at Triangle Tech, congratulations on a job well done.
Hello, Triangle Tech students from the Fall 2020 electrical class, staff, parents, family. My name is Casey Lelock, and I am also a graduate of Triangle Tech from Fall 2017. I promise I'll try to keep this speech short and sweet and hopefully not too much about myself, but I think I have some experiences that I can help to forecast what the future might hold for all of you. So anyway, even though my day job title is plant engineer for a local manufacturing company, to this day my education at Triangle Tech has probably been one of the most valuable assets I've ever obtained to this date. Growing up as a child and young teenager, I always loved working with my hands, especially my grandfather both taught me a lot about working with my hands and tearing things apart. I always loved tearing things apart just to learn about them and figure out why they were broken. And because of this, I always thought engineering would be a good suit for me after high school. So I immediately signed up for college. My years in college taught me a lot, problem solving, troubleshooting, and just general critical thinking. And I'm thankful for what I learned, but nothing was ever hands-on, and I really was disappointed throughout my entire college career that there was just no way of learning by doing. And that's exactly what I got at Triangle Tech. College was all just book work, hardly any practice, just homework assignment after homework assignment, which also we had at Triangle Tech, but at least there seemed to be more of a point to it. And even at times it was kind of depressing just because of the ridiculous work load. Late nights doing homework or studying, huge tests. I mean, you had to really kind of try and prioritize and sometimes sacrifice in different areas. And to me, that's just not what I thought education should be about. But anyway, when I graduated, I had a lot of trouble finding a job. It was at least a year or two I spent waiting and just kind of working on the side, just reapplying to different jobs and not hearing anything back. And I can't tell you how many jobs I applied to and never heard a single thing back. It was mainly this area. It's hard to go to college and find a job in this area. All the jobs are in the cities, and my family's here. I grew up here. I didn't want to have to move. So finally, I just decided after several years that I just needed to make a move somehow and do something. So I actually decided to enroll in Triangle Tech. It was one of my mom's recommendations from the very beginning that I learn a trade, and I kind of shied away from that, not for any particular reason, but I think I was just so wrapped up in the fact that I wanted to go to college and be an engineer that really drew me in. There wasn't really that I had any negative about doing or learning a trade. But I'd already been through school once, so I had my doubts. I really wasn't sure if this was the right move. All I knew was I had to do something because applying to jobs over and over and not even getting an interview was just not working for me. But like I said, it ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. And looking back, I can't believe I ever thought so negatively about it. But I can imagine a lot of you are having the same issue now in the middle of this pandemic, looking for jobs and facing some of the same challenges I had, and I'm sure even actually worse. It's such a weird time for companies hiring, but that doesn't mean that they're not looking. It just may mean that they're not hiring right now. So by all means, don't give up. But anyway, moving on, I loved everything I learned at Triangle Tech from day one. There was a lot of book work early on, and was always anxious to get down to the lab and do things hand-on, but even the book work seemed so much different from college. It was just relating directly to what we were about to do with our hands that actually made it seem not so bad. And I'm a huge person that learns by doing. I think a lot of people are that way. Even if I just do it once, it seems to give me the confidence or whatever I need just to be able to do it again and improve on it. And I think that's huge for a lot of people when it comes to hands-on. Just getting even a one-time experience with something, anything like that, can really benefit in so many ways. And all of my teachers at Triangle Tech were fantastic. I had so many questions that I always wanted answered, and they did their best to answer them all the time without making fun of me too much, Mr. Kerner. Thanks, I appreciate that. But overall, it was a fantastic experience, and I came out with classmates that were great and that are now long-term friends, and we talk all the time. We try to get together once a year and go out to eat or something like that, see how everybody's jobs are going. There's a couple guys that are on their own. It's great to hear about how they've been doing, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't talk to one of those guys, and there's not a day that goes by that even as an engineer I don't call upon what I learned at Triangle Tech. things that I would have never known about just by going to college and in my daily job are a necessity to do my job, and kind of teach others and guide others with the knowledge I have. It's become huge as part of my daily activities and planning future improvements for the plant and troubleshooting. I with just a college education would not have been able to do that, and Triangle Tech really made that possible with just everything that I was able to learn. And so I think the decision you guys have made to do this and follow through with it is going to be the same for you. It's going to pay off for years and years to come. So in sort of these darker times like this that can be a little bit depressing, I would offer some advice to you guys that I have, in just the last few years, gained myself experience-wise, and especially for those you younger guys, but it can also apply to some of the older fellows as well. Don't ever expect things to go as planned. I never expected to go to school again after college. I mean, they just basically the idea is once you go to college and learn, you're done. You get a great paying job and live happily ever after, right? Well, no, that's not always the case, and I certainly had no idea how much of a benefit it would have for me returning to school for a trade. If you asked me in college if I would ever thought I would need a trade, I probably would have told you no, and look where I am now. Another thing is, don't let yourself get disheartened if your plans don't happen how you want them to. It's going to take a lot of time to learn, especially in this field. It's going to take time to find a job. It's going to take time to get experience and end up where you want to be in life. I was always, and I still am, find myself trying to rush to get where I want to be in life, and that's just not how it works. You have to never stop learning. There's always something to learn about in this field. There are things changing, new codes, new pieces of equipment, new devices. Take the time and experiment with it. That's especially if it's broke. I always love to tear into something, learn how it works, because then it unlocks so many different pieces of equipment. Just that knowledge, having that knowledge on how to work on things that are similar. And I mean, what's the worst that can happen if it's broke? I always say, what's the worst you can do? Break it more. I mean, you might as well take the time, especially if you're interested. And like I said, you would be amazed to find how simple a lot of things are. And with the knowledge that you've gained through Triangle Tech, how much clearer it can be when you look at something like that. Another thing is to lead and build a name for yourself by example. This was kind of a big one for me, being a younger engineer. Not too many people really trusted the answers I had for them, especially starting out. I have a guy that's been around in maintenance for 20 years. Why is he going to listen to me on week 2 of being a new engineer? And so I had to make improvements over time, gradually, and do it myself to prove that I knew what I was doing. And then after that, the respect comes. You're going to make mistakes for sure. I do every day. It's a frequent occurrence, but as long as you learn from them, that's the key. You'll learn to do it better next time, or you'll learn not to do it that way. Or once people realize what you're capable of, they won't think twice about coming to you for help. You'll actually probably end up getting more work than what you bargained for once they realize you know what you're doing. And on another level, I can speak for this. I try to do electrical on the side, and at first there really wasn't a lot to do. It's hard to do working full-time and then working after work and then on weekends to help people out. But pretty soon, once you start making a small name for yourself, even just doing the odd jobs, you'd be surprised how many people just want nothing to do with electrical. Even if it's putting in an outlet or several outlets, they just don't understand it or are too afraid. They'll call you for anything, and then you start building on that, and before you know it, you have too much work to even think about. And so, but you have to start somewhere and just make people comfortable and let them know that you know what you're doing. Prove to them you know what you're doing, and they'll keep coming back, and the word will spread. Don't be afraid to go out on your own. I mean, by no means do you have to work somewhere. And last, do what you enjoy doing and what makes you happy. For me, electrical was really that way. I enjoyed it so much. I always kind of knew I would, but it took the experience at Triangle Tech to really show me that that's exactly what I wanted to do, what I enjoyed doing, because I had fun learning it. And don't be afraid to, again, make mistakes. We do our best to follow the code, obviously, but that doesn't mean you can't be original and spontaneous. I struggled a lot when I first started because I wanted to try to do everything by the book, and in reality, you get creative. You let your trade become kind of like an artwork. You find the best way to do it and find a way to make it better by working with the rules rather than letting the rules break you into doing it a certain way. And at the end of the day, then you can look at that and say that that's something that you did, and it was creative and in your own mind. And nobody can take that away from you. So I guess signing off here, I would like to say to you guys, class of fall 2020, don't be discouraged by going on in the world right now. Keep track of your goals, even if it feels like you're failing, because the next opportunity might just be right around the corner, I'll tell you that. And you never know what it'll bring. I certainly never thought I would be where I'm at today, but here I am, and there's always work out there, and people are just looking for someone reliable and trustworthy to be there for them. So if you can show up and be on time and never quit learning, you can always be successful. There will always be opportunities. So good luck to you all. Keep your heads up, and hopefully I'll be hearing about you guys soon, whether it's in different plants throughout local here, or even if you go out on your own, maybe we'll cross paths one day. So good luck to you all, and congratulations.
I chose Triangle Tech because I lost my job to the factory closing, and was given the opportunity to attend any trade school that I chose. And upon looking around different areas in that, Triangle Tech offered me what I was looking for in the electrical field. When I came to visit, everybody was real nice, so it kind of made my decision a lot easier, and the fact that I could have a 2-year degree in 16 months really appealed. So that's ultimately why I chose Triangle Tech. My time here has been great, even through some of these hiccups. Now they were very well at, I don't even know what to say about it. It got hard for a while with everything going around in the pandemic and that, but it seems we've been able to stick it through, and we were able to graduate not too long off of our original date, which does make it nice that we're not stuck for a few months on something we couldn't control. So it was real nice on that aspect, and I want to wish all of my peers and classmates good luck at their future jobs and anything that they want to pursue in the future.
As we conclude our graduation ceremony, I just once again want to say congratulations to our graduates. I cannot state how proud I am of each of you for sticking with it and accomplishing the goal that you set out to do. What I am most looking forward to is seeing where you go from here, seeing those successes that each of you are going to obtain. On behalf of all the staff and faculty here from the DuBois School, congratulations. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who attended this virtual graduation ceremony, and I wish you all the best of luck.